Well, good morning and happy Wednesday. I was rereading a list of rules the other day. These are rules that apparently anyone that's producing a movie is well aware of. The rules are various things. Every bag of groceries in a movie shot has to have a loaf of French bread sticking up out of it. Every ventilation system in every building is a perfect place to hide if you need to get away. A man can take a ferocious beating in a fight and show no pain, but is required to wince as soon as the attractive woman starts to tend to his wounds. You can pick any lock at any time with a bobby pin in seconds, unless there is a child inside a burning building or a bomb is about to go off. And speaking of bombs, every bomb that's going to go off has a timer that shows you exactly, in big red numerals, exactly how long you have before it will go off. And then if you're in a martial arts fight, you can count on all of your enemies to wait patiently one at a time to fight you, maybe two at a time if you're good. Real life is a little bit less exciting than that. I haven't been in a martial arts fight in at least a week, and I don't think I've defused a bomb in 2020. Real life is not quite as exciting as the movies, but there is no less conflict. And that was true in the church in Philippi. In fact, as we get to the fourth chapter in this letter, we see that there is a conflict going on. There's a fight that's going on in the church. And this may be the reason that Paul was so insistent upon writing to them, because he wants to try and help them step back from this conflict. So we're going to be in on this topic of conflict for a couple days. So let me just note that generally the Bible assumes conflict. Since this is a broken world, as soon as sin enters the world, it's not just that our vertical relationship with God is frustrated, but because of that, all our horizontal relationships are challenged as well. So conflict is, in one sense, to be expected in this broken world. Second thing that we learn is that not all conflict is bad. Some of the conflicts that we're in are conflicts that we should be in because they are about things that we need to champion, that we can't back out of. But we are expected to get along with each other. We are expected to get along with our brothers and sisters in Christ. We get adopted into a family, and there are rules in the family, and we're to be characterized, John 13, by our love for each other. And the fourth thing that the Bible makes clear is that our unity is very important to God. We see this in the prayer that Jesus prays that I mentioned just a couple days ago in the daily update, and that prayer is in John 17. And what Jesus prays for is the unity of the church. We also see lots of coaching for us about how to get along with each other. So in light of all that, I want to set the stage here and read Philippians chapter 4, the first few verses, so you're aware of the conflict that is going to guide our discussion of conflict over the next few days. So Paul is writing, "Therefore, my brothers and sisters, you whom I love and long for, my joy and crown, stand firm in the Lord in this way, dear friends. I plead with Euodia and I plead with Syntyche to be of the same mind in the Lord. Yes, and I ask you, my true companions, help these women since they have contended at my side in the cause of the gospel, along with Clement and the rest of my co-workers, whose names are in the book of life." So I plead with Euodia and I plead with Syntyche, or as some have labeled them, odious and too touchy. I plead with these two women to be of the same mind in the Lord, and I plead with others to help them, along with Clement, my co-workers, whose names are in the book of life. So he values these women. Their names are in the book of life. They're true Christ followers. But there is tension, there is conflict. And so he is calling on us to move past that. Look, I want you to think today, as I said, we'll be on this topic of conflict for a while. It's not just in Philippians chapter 4, it's on the front page of every paper today. There's a lot of conflict out there. What are the conflicts that you're in? How many of those are conflicts worth being in? And are you characterized? Is your action characterized by love for the other? Are you generally concerned with what's absolutely best for them? Or are you simply trying to power up and to win? We need to think about conflict because it's part of our life. And how we manage conflict is incredibly important. So we will be looking at the advice that we get from Paul when this continues. Have a good day.